Hello, welcome to Ross Recording Studios. I'm Chuck, and today we are going to be talking about can you learn guitar from YouTube versus paid instructions. And I'm going to play a little background music, and I will. In the background is a guitarist that's been playing with Yes. He's a guitarist back from 1970 when they formed Yes. In 1968, Steve joined the band in 1970 for an album called Fragile. Now this is a song that uses playing bass and lead at the same time. And Steve is a self-taught guitar player. So if anybody asks you, can you learn guitar from YouTube and the people at your pay websites? No, you can't learn from YouTube. You gotta pay me to learn. No, you don't. This guy right here was self-taught. He can play pretty good. Messed up a little bit. It's not the easiest stuff to play in the world when you're playing two notes at the same time. But it is a lot of fun. Self-taught guitar player, Steve Howe. So if anybody ever tells you that no, you gotta pay me, no you don't. Perfect example. I can't say enough about Steve Howe's guitar playing. And when you learn to play guitar like this, when you go back to rock and roll, doing single notes, single chords, it's now you're really talking that you can really juke it up and perform. Steve Howe, self-taught guitar player. He's had at one point on Fragile album, there's one of his first guitar collections that was like, wow, that is awesome. Look at all the guitars he's got. And at one point he was actually up over 300 guitars in his collection. And I believe it's up over around 327 guitars. And then he downsized. He's like, this is crazy, you know. I mean, he's spending more repairing guitars than the guitar was worth. So I really don't know the count that Steve has now. But I think he dropped it down below 200 if I'm not mistaken. I think last count was like around 130 or something like that guitars that he had. So that gives you quite a bit of inspiration. And he had a video that he was doing in his house, and I'm a carpenter, and we have to go by codes. And I noticed that his staircase that he was sitting on playing, and Steve, if you ever, for some chance, happen to see this, if you can verify this, but each stair was a different height. And being a guitar player that's played on a lot of stairs before, I can really relate to this. Because in order to play correctly, I have to have the guitar right up high. It's got to be there. I got to be down on that. No, that is a correct and proper way to play the guitar, but there is no proper and correct way to play the guitar. Jimmy Page proved that. He's got the guitar halfway down, he's rock and roll. All these guys got the guitar so long. I can't bend my arm wrist. That's not me. I can't do that. I can noodle around in different positions. I can, goof around playing stuff. But if I have to get serious and really play something that's complicated, then I gotta have the guitar right up here, right in the position. I cannot play Mood for a Day if my guitar is if it's in a slack position. It's just not gonna happen. I have to have the guitar right there in order to play certain songs. Some songs I don't have to be as stringent upon, but when I get to more complicated songs, then it's the guitar positioning is so important. And if I don't have it right, then I'm just not going to have a good performance. I'm not going to be playing good. I won't be comfortable. So I just wanted to mention Steve Howe being a totally great guitar player, being totally self-taught. Not saying that he didn't look at books and learn from records. He taught himself. So he's, instructors are fine, absolutely. If you got know somebody that wants to teach you something on guitar, absolutely. Learn from everybody as much as you can. Create your own style, creativity, your path of what you want. At one point, I was a little bit disappointed because I have a certain style I play. I can't break out of it. I've been playing for 30 years, probably longer than that. I don't want to give my age away, but I've been playing 30 years plus. And I have a certain style that, at some points in time I wasn't happy with. It's like, oh man, I want to do something different, but, then I'll listen to Al Di Meola and Jimi Hendrix and two completely different styles. And I remember Al Di Meola, he went to Berklee College. He's got, a master's degree in music. And he was saying that, all his friends are playing rock and roll and Jimi Hendrix and all along the Watchtower, and they're getting all the girls and rock and roll party, sex, drugs, rock and roll, woohoo. And I was like, I didn't have any of that. And he goes, not that I didn't want to play rock and roll, and not that I didn't want to have all the girls that were associated with being a rock and roll guitar player, but he says I couldn't play that style. I couldn't play Hendrix. And, nothing good or bad, but, Al Di Meola can burn. He can burn Hendrix. Upside, one side, right down the other. I'm not dissing Jimi Hendrix one bit. Jimi Hendrix is a fantastic, awesome guitar player. So I really can't say that one is better than the other because the styles are so different. But Al is just a super fast guitar player, and he can just wail and burn on the guitar like nothing. That came from college and repetition every day. You go to class, you're learning, you're practicing, you go home, you learn, you practice. You gotta have your homework, it's practicing, getting ready to go to school tomorrow. So to go to college and play, now you're talking playing 5, 10, 8 hours a day consistently. You're gonna be a great guitarist, and you have to follow the format, and that helps because there is a beginning, a middle, longer road to learning how to play the instrument. And that's why I started Beginner 101. It's I wanted to give everybody a ground floor level of how I was taught, and it's pretty systematic. Like I said, the first 2 lessons, you're not even playing the guitar. Just like driving a car. You're going to learn a lot before you get behind that driver's seat and take off and step on the gas so you don't kill somebody or have an accident. Same with the guitar. You're not going to kill anybody, but you need to know how to tune it. You need to know the name of the strings. Then you can get behind the wheel and start strumming some chords. And we've hit a few chords going on here. So I just, I get a little encouragement that you are a self-taught guitarist if you're learning from YouTube, but you're learning from people that have learned from instructors. So you can learn an awful lot this way, and I would say consider us a free instructor, and you're going to be getting a value the same as if you paid somebody. There's no difference. Playing guitar, it's not rocket science. We're not going to the moon. We're playing A chords, G chords, D chords. If it was rocket science, there wouldn't be 10,000 songs plus written with G, C, and D. And literally, you can check traditional songs and books. You'll be amazed and shocked how many songs you can play learning those 3 chords. We can add a couple other chords in there. We're going to be doing some Pink Floyd Things on the Wings. It's got a beautiful, nice acoustic part at the beginning of it. And that's going to be kind of beginner 102. So we're going to be getting to beginner 102 soon, but right now we're going to continue on with the 101 series, and hopefully that you guys can find something informative, inspirational, and educational. And my name is Chuck. Welcome to Ross Recording Studios. Don't forget to please like and subscribe.